Yes, y'all, the show's coming back. And tonight we are back with the Tito Bonito Show. Tonight's special guests, pole and flexibility coach Candace and socialite and model Arisce Wanzer. Now, please give it up for your host, the Cuban Missile Crisis of Burlesque, Tito Bonito. Yeah. Ooh. Thanks. Man, I'm getting good at ending that right at the end of the song. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Tito Bonito Show. I am, of course, your host, the Cuban Missile Crisis, Tito Bonito. There is a tit and a bone in there. So there's going to be something for everybody tonight. That's what I'm trying to say to you. I am so excited to not only be back, but to have the special guest that I have on today. I'm going to be getting to know them a little bit more and playing some games with them. So I know they're going to be a great time, and I know you're going to love watching them and learning a little bit more about them. My niece is watching. Shout out. This is the only thing that she can watch of my... Shout out Casey. Casey's in the house. I do want to say really quick that it's going to be a fun night. We're going to have a bunch of fun. I also have a very, very exciting announcement for a future special guest that's going to be happening in September. So if you want to find out who it is, I'm so gagged. You have to stay to the end of the show today and watch the whole thing to find out who it is. I do want to take a moment to acknowledge the fact that this is the 19th anniversary of September 11th. I do want to make sure that we take a moment to just remember all of those who gave their lives to such a horrific event. And I hope that we can bring you a little bit of joy right now, especially the fact that life is kind of chaotic as usual, but a little bit more these days and this year. So I hope that you guys can enjoy all the fun stuff that we're going to do in the show today. I am very excited. I do also want to make sure that I shout out some things. Remember that we are doing a live version on Twitch of the Pansy Craze Peep Show. That's the show that we did, a drag and burlesque show, monthly at Red Line in downtown Los Angeles. But we're going to bring that the way it should be done on Twitch through the Princess Forever channel, and you can find out more information about that on Instagram at Pansy Craze Peep Show. We have a insane lineup of performers, including the number 1 burlesque performer in the world, Jeez Louise, the number 2 burlesque performer in the world, Frankie Fictitious, and the number 3 burlesque performer in the world, Redbone. So besides that, we also have a plethora of performances, and I'm going to be doing something very special for the show. So y'all want to make sure and check that out. Sunday, September 27th on Twitch. It's going to be 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. And if you're not in the U.S., I don't know what time it is. I'm sure they have an app for that. I'm sure y'all can figure that out. Also, remember, if you want to support me, check me out on my softcore OnlyFans. And also, I just moved to San Diego, so I am not doing this in my small ass apartment in downtown Los Angeles anymore. I am doing this from the beautiful Pacific Beach area in San Diego. I am living just off the beach, living my dream for a little bit until things get back to normal in Los Angeles. So don't worry, LA, you didn't lose me. We just on a break. So, shout out to everyone else that is going through the fires right now and all of that. I'm sure you're not watching this show. But if you can donate to any of the organizations that are making sure that they are taking and battling those fires. And remember to vote. Y'all vote and vote early. Mail that in right now. They took all of the post office box by my house in Los Angeles. So I'm glad the ones in San Diego are still intact. But I digress. We have phenomenal guests this evening, y'all. I am very excited, and we're going to get to know them a little bit better. I have the first one on track right now, so I'm going to make sure that I have their information. Remember, this is an internet show, so if you obviously this is like a late night talk show, but nobody's actually responding. So if you like what you see, please throw some hearts that will act as an applause, and we'll see that you guys, like guys, gals, and everything in between, are enjoying what you see. Just like that, those hearts. Also, if you have any questions for any of the guests, there is a question mark box right here. You can submit those. Like I always say, I don't know if I'm going to get to them, but if I can, I absolutely will. So let's go and have a good old time. I'm going to bring our first performer, or our first guest for the evening, on now. So please, without any further ado, help me welcome Candace Kane, y'all. Yes.
Hi.
Bam!
I'm over here playing with my nails.
Listen, that's all right. You're looking beautiful. How are you? Long time no see.
Oh, I'm doing well, thank you. How are you, love?
Good. I'm doing all right. Thanks for joining us. I really appreciate it.
Of course, trying to get it in the space. There we go.
You fill up that space. I turn off the comments so that everyone can see your beautiful face, but also we will be able to see you later on YouTube. Girl, that smile
I didn't
is...
get dressed up. I'm just literally sports bra, sweatpants, chilling.
My love, I've been wearing the same thing for 12 episodes. Nobody is going to judge nothing. They're going to be totally blindsided by that gorgeous smile of yours. Look at that. How are you doing today, though? How's your day going?
You know, my day's going well. I've been able to teach a few people today, and that always brings me joy. It sparks joy. And I'm sipping on a whatever IPA situation. So
listen, I usually put things in my mouth that I don't actually know what they are. So shout out, this is water, not vodka. We're going to have a good time. I want to get to know you because, Candace, I met you at the Bang Bang Room. Was that the first time I met you?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so, but sometimes it's like, no, you were at another show. But
that
it
one
was
down on Crenshaw? It was like Egypt Black Nile had one. I think you were hosting for her. There was like some type of
for the Black Lives Matter show.
No, before that. I think it was like a Grinch character that was there. It was around Christmas time. I thought you were there. Maybe not.
Probably. I was probably there, and I've literally, thankfully, done so many shows that I'm starting to forget now. But I first remember you, and especially you joined our Pansy Craze Peep Show family last year, but at the original venue at Bang Bang Room. And I remember you were like, I want to perform, and you are an amazing pole performer and teacher, as well as also a flexibility coach. You are the jam. I love watching you perform. I love seeing how you are just attacking your dreams and going for them. How did it start for you? Were you always just like rambunctious and fun, or did you kind of get a slow start into it?
Okay, I've always been a go-getter since I was young, and I've always kept a busy schedule. I don't like to stay stagnant. That drives me crazy, just, not having anything to do. So I rather actually be, tired from too much work versus like not doing much of anything. So ever since I was back in school, I went from school to basketball practice, karate, swim team, to the baseball. I was always doing something. I was writing music. I was in the studio because I used to like sing and write songs and stuff. So I was always productive, and that just continued to be my way of life as I grew into an adult. And especially with performing, I'm so fortunate that I'm able to was able to keep a busy schedule with performing at various different venues all through LA and even like throughout the country sometimes. And that's the way I operate. I like to stay busy, do what I love. So when I get tired, I smoke a lot of pot for my muscles to be relaxed out of all the things that I do. And that's just kind of how I roll.
Yeah, we definitely need a session.
Well, you said PB. I got people I used to live in San Diego, so I'm gonna come visit you for sure.
Come through, because listen, I know that I miss LA, and I miss just like the diversity of it, and especially downtown Los Angeles. Like, it's one thing that I loved being a part of its evolution as it continues to grow into something that is going to be bigger than any one community. But it's like, I am enjoying this vacation right now, because
right.
walking 15 minutes to the beach is like, it's like a gag. I don't even want to like brag about it right now, because The Lord's gonna take it away from me. Um, but can I also say what we said at your show? Because you had a debut in the Pansy Craze Peep show.
I sure the fuck did.
And I asked your permission back then too,
It
because
was
you
a
don't.
big debut. Two big debuts,
It,
actually.
it was a big debut. You debuted your gorgeous dancing orbs of loveliness at the Pansy Craze Peep show for the first time.
I sure did, you know, and that was like the first thing that I was able to do, really. So I was very happy with that. And I was like, you know what? Burlesque, it's not so much physical with like the arms unless I want to be that. So it's like, I'll be fine, you know, show off the girls. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to my YouTube, Red Line, Candace Burlesque. Check it out. It's from the Pansy Craze Peep Show. I did a very wonderful burlesque performance to a song called Roxanne by
Mm-hmm.
a different singer. She did a remix to it, but yeah, that was a really fun show.
Oh my God, I loved having you there because you're amazing. You're part of like every trailer that we ever put out for the show because you're just such a phenomenal talent and you're so multi-talented. Of like all the things that you can do, what's your favorite thing that you like, favorite trick that you have or favorite art?
I oh well, I can't say my favorite thing, but I will say what I find most enjoyable is I love singing. I'm not like, you know, super awesome at it, but I don't fucking care. I love doing it. And karaoke is something that I really miss going out. You know, unfortunately, now the idea of sharing one microphone with a whole bunch of people is just not conducive to the climate that we are in. However, I'm always in my car singing and at home. And I should tell my students, like, disclaimer, when you take my class, especially online, if my jam is playing while we're stretching, I'm going to sing along. It's just going to happen.
I love that. When's the album coming out?
An album. Ha! Funny you should say
Listen,
that.
an album can be EP. Nowadays, songs are 2 minutes long.
So here's the thing. I have plenty of songs that are like haven't been released because I used to be a songwriter and singer back in the day, like 10 years ago, 15 years ago. And there's a lot of the songs that never really made it out, but they're still relevant and still good because, well, shoot, I know how to write some songs. And I was toying with the idea of releasing those album or those tracks rather, and maybe even creating some new things. And in this quarantine time, I have been playing more piano, getting my fingers back acclimated. I had actually studied voice and piano in college, and all through middle school, high school, I was in choir and chorus and played production, and so musical theater has always been a part of my life. So yeah, my thing is I don't want to be judged off of my vocal skills. Like, I don't mind if you judge me off my dance talents because, like, I'm really set and sure and confident in that. But when it comes to my voice, I'm really sensitive about it. So I'm just like, I don't want to put myself out there because people are very, very mean.
Oh, everyone loves to have an opinion.
Yeah.
Everyone loves to have an opinion. They love to share it. But my thing I've started to notice, especially like during this time, is that it's like, unless it's someone that I love or respect, it's, for lack of a better term, I don't give a fuck. Like, because my thing is too, it's like I admire anyone who could sing because I cannot sing. But I've been saying how I want to put out an album, like a Weird Al Yankovic parody album, because I feel like that's the only way I could do it where I would be judged and I'd be okay with it because they'd be judging the comedy and not the actual singing. Because people love to be vicious about that. But I do love the idea of just kind of being like, you know what? Everyone's going to have an opinion no matter what, as long as I enjoy it and people around me are not, you know, gaslighting me for no reason and actually like enjoying it, then I feel like I would love to hear it. I'm not saying you need to send it to me. I just want to perform to it.
Okay. Maybe we can arrange that. We could arrange that for sure.
Also, I was thinking about when you said karaoke, I'm like, we got to figure out a way to do online karaoke. I think that's possible.
I've done a few. My friend Eric Restivo, he used to bartend and DJ at Flaming Saddles. He was hosting karaoke nights there, and then once, you know, things translated online, he had hosted a few, so I popped in. I think he was using something on Facebook because you can have like, multiple people and
Hmm.
all of that. So yeah, it was cool. It's just it's not the same vibe like being in person and interacting and having other people singing along with you too. Like that's I miss
Oh,
that
it's
friendship and all of that. And besides karaoke, I also really miss going to salsa dancing. Like on Wednesday nights, I used to go to salsa at the what do you call it, the Sofitel. And
mhm.
I'll tell you, it was so fun. I would grab the oldest man in the room because he was the best dancer. I'm like, where's the abuelo? Let me get him because he's gonna have me
He
dancing.
was like,
Right?
came up to you like,
And he moves so simple, like so simple and saucy. I'm like, oh,
I love that. How are you dealing with the way that you perform? Because you, I mean, especially last time I saw you, you were like 20 feet up on a pole in flaming saddles, doing your thing. How have you accumulated, girl? How have you been accustomed to like performing online? Is it something that you're doing a lot of, or are you being a little bit more picky about what shows you're doing?
yes, I have performed in a few shows. There is one group, the Cyber Clown Girls Room, which is very much similar to what you would see at Jumbo's Clown Room in
Shout
LA.
out Jumbos.
Few of those dancers who decided to put together an online show, but it's not just girls dancing. We have themes with the performances, and each week we donate some of the money that we raise to different organizations. And so far, out of everyone who's performed with them, we've raised like over $6,000 or $7,000 for
That's
different
amazing.
right, for different charities and organizations. So yeah, that's really cool. There's a few actually billboards, or not billboards, excuse me, bus backing advertisements
Oh, like the bus
around.
ads?
Yeah, so there's a few of those
Ooh,
around, and you'll see them in LA and in the Valley. And then I performed with the Onyx 420 show a few times. That's been fun. My girl Onyx, and it's very smoke centric, pole dancing, sexy, sassy, lots of fun. Again, it's not just girls dancing. We play games, we eat food because we're stoners. And yeah, we do a few other things. I've
yeah,
done.
because Coco,
Go ahead.
sorry, Coco Ono's a part of the Cyber Clown Girls, right? Or I'm
Yeah.
saying that right? Yeah, because she eats mad food on stage, and it's one of my favorite things in the world because that is just good. I mean,
Right.
have you been enjoying it? Have you felt like there have been limitations to it that have made it
Okay.
kind of like,
So there's some reasons I do like it. Like I don't have to leave my house. I can literally, as soon as I'm done, wipe my fucking face off and get into comfy clothes. Um, I don't have to worry about people bumping into me or like getting in my way. And
stealing your stuff?
drive to get there. I'm just, like I said, in my house. So there's a lot of positives, but the other things are, especially with my type of performance, I'm very involved with my audience. I feed off of that energy, and I'm like real in your face, and it's hard to do that like via the camera. Like I could stare dead into that camera, but it's still I'm not really receiving it back, especially
Right.
if I'm performing. I can't be like looking at all the little boxes like I'm just trying to do my dance. So
Right.
that part's kind of weird. And then also disclaimer, nothing against cam girling, but that's not necessarily my get down. Like I'm a live performer, so it can translate kind of cam girlish, especially if I'm dancing on a pole for some of my gigs and I'm dancing sexily on a pole, or if I'm doing like a reveal down to pasties. So it's this kind of crosses thresholds that I really wasn't like ready to cross per se.
Yeah, I could see.
And I I just wish that it wasn't this way, but unfortunately, this is what we're dealing with, and we just have to learn and adapt and continue to just evolve into better situations. Luckily for me, going into this quarantine situation, I had already taught online classes for over a year. So I had that whole system of teaching online, people all over, the country and other continents as
Right.
well, actually. But performing has been weird. Like I've done a random birthday party, like this group, they were like, hey, we want to hire you to dance like 2 songs for somebody's birthday on Zoom. I was like, oh, okay. So I put my costume on and showed face and chatted with them for a little bit, and then did my dance, chatted, and I was like, all right, y'all, that's it. So like that was cool, and I think that could be another
Cute.
aspect I can offer more frequently. But I don't know. I just really like teaching.
Yeah. So how did you like? Have you been teaching for all this time? Like, what's your? Because you teach everything. You teach pull and flexibility. You're an amazing contortionist. You got videos on YouTube too of you. What was the company that was like the big company that you did it with?
Oh, Ripley's Believe It or Not. I did
Ese
it.
mismo. That's the one. That.
That was fun. That was fun. Yeah, I actually that's like an installment at in Florida. I forgot which city, but in Florida they have like a little contortion box, the same one that I was doing my stuff in, and they're like, now can you try it? And so, you watch the video of me doing this box situation, and then you get to try it too. And I didn't even realize like that it had, I guess, aired or been announced until someone else that follows me on Instagram sent me a photo of their daughter with their face like in my face that was cut out, and it was like my body with my leg up like this, and it's just the little girl's face in the afro, and it was so cute. I was like, wow, that's so cool.
Oh my God, that's adorable. And I mean, classes have been like, that's one of those things that you can do online and you can kind of teach, especially, I mean, when people have their own polls and stuff like that. Have you come across like any sort of obstacles while teaching online?
I will say I'm not I'm not comfortable teaching a lot of more advanced things online because I want to be able to spot my students safely. And unless I know that they're strong enough or know exactly how to fall or how to catch themselves, I'm not really in a rush to teach somebody how to go upside down if they're not like well versed in the strength and the technique it takes to do that. You know what I mean? So there's just certain things, like certain people I feel like I'm kind of cutting out that I'm not teaching right now just because I don't want that responsibility.
Fair.
But I think because I have a really
Ooh.
I really know what I'm talking about and when I'm teaching and how I explain things. So it's a matter of like the diction that I use and like the clarity in which I am telling you what to do that allows my students to actually learn something from me. It's not just like copying and mirroring. I'm telling you, oh, you have to engage in your shoulder. No, you have to lift the chest, not arch this way, you know. So I'm really specific in that way. And I'm very fortunate that a lot of my students have wonderful things to say about me. And I'm like, one of these days, I'm just going to post like a thing where it's like all my students and all the things that they say about the class and like, you know, but I don't like to like toot my own horn like that, you know?
I understand that because especially like as a host, I've learned that a lot of people, especially a lot of the really good performers, Joseph Thunder, the really, really good ones are super humble and they don't want you like bragging about them. And that's like one of my favorite things to do as a host because you can't do that and you're not going to. You're not going to stand on stage and be like, let me tell you all my accolades and
Right.
achievements and then perform. So I love doing that for y'all. That's my favorite part about hosting is allowing myself to brag about humble people because y'all need it the most. Y'all need that hype because especially like you do so much. You've been on stage with Snoop Dogg. You've been on stage with Ashanti.
I sure the heck have. You know, that was the craziest gig for me. Like the first time I performed for Snoop. Um,
First time.
I've done it, I think, yeah, I performed concerts. I've done like 3 concerts with him. Excuse me. And 2 for Ashanti. The first time walking on stage and seeing up, I think it's like 10,000 people at the Microsoft Theater staring back at you with their cell phones out. I was like, oh, fuck. And I usually don't get afraid like that. But at that moment, I was like, I don't want to be someone popular for like being the one who falls on the concert. You know, like one of my friends, he performs with Grace Jones, and like he was kind of viral for a little bit because while he was performing with her, he kicked her in the face on the pole while performing. So like I didn't want to be that person. Like if I kick Snoop or like, you know, I fall from the pole, I'm like, oh, this is too many people and too many cameras. So I played it safe and comfortable, really kept it cute and classy, you know, a little bit of sassy, definitely assy. And
Yeah.
then I just stared at like the first like 10 rows of people, and that was it. Because I looking up and out at everything, it was too much. I was like, no, 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 no.
The most I've ever had is like a couple hundred, maybe like 1,000 people. And then when I got on stage with TLC once, that was 10,000 people. And when you hear that screaming, I remember being like, yeah, I've never heard this before in my life. Like I've
Yeah.
never to know that like is happening. I exactly like you say, that's my goal. It's never to be famous, it's just to be rich doing what I love
Yeah.
doing. And
That
that's always been because I don't think people really know what it's like to be famous. Not that I do, but like it's a lot. And that's like 3 concerts. Imagine that just 30 years of
all
your
the time.
life.
Yeah. And
Um,
it makes me really feel for those folks who are used to like touring and performing and having all of that energy and it's done for. Like,
you don't
I
gotta
mean,
say it's done for. It's more like taking a break. But it's done for a while. It's
and
okay. Jezebel called me right as I mentioned her. So it was like we just haven't. It's a rough day today on the Tito Bonito show, and we're gonna make it. We're gonna
we're
fucking
gonna make
make
it
it,
through.
y'all.
We're gonna do this.
My love, I actually am running out of time with you, but I want to play a game before I let you go. So can you tell the people where they can find more information about you? They can also tip you, obviously, down here. So make sure you show her some love, y'all.
Please do. Well, if you'd like to tip me, sweet Miss Candace is my Cash App with a $. Candace Kane is my Venmo. If you want to learn from me, you can reach me at higherlearningdance@gmail.com or Higher Learning Dance on Instagram. Check out my website, Higher Learning Dance. I also hire learning dance, I also am available to teach for private lessons or group lessons. If you have a group of people who you want to get together and learn how to twerk together or stretch together or chair dance together or sexy floor work together, I got you there. Pole lessons, of course, private, performances, cameos for birthdays, I got you. And yeah, that's where you can find me.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
I'll also post all of the information in the caption below so everyone can just click that easier. But before you go, my love, would you like to play a game with me?
I would love to play a game with you.
Okay, I'm trying to find the title card for it. Okay, so I know you played this game before. You don't. I love this tongue. We are gonna play a game of Never Have I Ever, y'all.
Oh fuck.
It's not gonna be. It's not gonna be that fucked up. I just want to play games where we can just have fun, and it doesn't have to be too much thought behind it. We could just. We'll have a little bit of fun, but It's gonna be chill. So I'm gonna show you if people are home right now. I'm turning on the comments so you can show some love to Candace Kane as we were playing this game. So do you have a vice, a joint, a drink, anything? You don't have to. Doesn't have to be an alcoholic beverage.
Well, I have the beer here.
That's what I'm talking about. I was trying to see if you were ready to let it go. I have my water. I'm going to join you, but I am also going to say these things because let's have some fun. So obviously the game works. Never have I ever. I'm going to say something. It doesn't matter if I've never done it. I will answer with you. So if you've never done it, why do I always fuck up this game? If you've never done it before, you don't do anything. And if you have, you drink.
Okay.
Okay? I just want to make sure because I always forget how to play the fucking game. So I'm going to say never have I ever, simple one, lost a bet.
Never have I ever lost a bet.
And if you have lost a bet, then you can drink it up. There you go. I don't bet anymore because I don't have money, but back in the day. Never have I ever gone skinny dipping. Yeah, there you go. That's like a wow. I was like, for real? Ooh, I don't even need to know. Lake or ocean. No, I don't need to know. Never have I ever marched in a protest.
Marched in a protest.
Yes, you have. Just drink it. Ooh, I'm trying to get you. Never have I ever lied on a resume. If you're an artist, you need to. Never have I ever performed in a Zoom show for little to no audience. This water is good as shit.
Drink.
This is when it's getting a little darker. Never have I ever performed in an online show where the tech difficulties were so bad that the show just didn't air. Okay, you lucky. That's a good one. I got a few of those. And then here's the last one, and this is just morbid curiosity. Never have I ever given a celebrity a lap dance. Yes, Candace Kane coming through. You do not need to plead the fifth. You don't need to. Ooh. I said, whoop.
That's all I'm gonna say to that one.
Listen, we're gonna find out more about that. I should do an after dark section of Tito Bonito show after the show airs. I love you so much, Candace. Thank you so much for joining us. Please, like, I can't wait to see you come through Pacific Beach any fucking time that you want.
Yeah, I'm
You
coming.
were my jam. Let me know. Show some love to Candace Kane, everybody. Yes. Say goodbye. We love you so much. Oh, wait. I think you got to exit out because I can't exit you out. There you go. Yes. Candace Kane left. Y'all, she is such an iconic performer, multi-talented. Y'all, that is so much energy. I'm just using that all up. Also, I do want to say really quick before I bring on our next performer, I did get some comments of people being like in the questions that if I left in LA, I did just for a little bit, but I'll be back. So before we bring on our next performer, you know what I love to do. I'm trying to see if I can get some croquetas up in here. So which Cuban food am I? Croquetas, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Croquetas. Yeah! Holy shit, y'all. I got some fucking croquetas finally in my damn life. I am so excited. Shout out. This is the best Cuban food in the history of time. Potato, deep fried with some meat, some cheese. I'm trying to be a little bit more conscious of the things I'm putting in my body. But croquetas still always for the win. 110%. All right, y'all. I'm very, very excited to bring on our next performer who is also multi-talented. She's a transgendered model, comedian, actress, and I love to say that if you are not up on her meme game, her memes are the jam. Y'all definitely need to make sure you check out the amazing Arisce Wanzer. Please help me welcome her to your screens, y'all. Hey, hi, gorgeous.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, as I can be. My lungs work.
I love it. You're looking amazing. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Hello.
Of course. You are super multifaceted, and we've seen each other a couple times, you know, in the clubs. I met you at Summer Tramp when I was just hanging out by myself, and you were like so amazing and just were like, "Are you okay, little boy in drag? Why are you crying?" Yeah.
That sounds accurate.
Literally, except I wasn't in drag and you didn't say that. But we love a 2-1 Uber. How are you doing? How are you doing through? I like to ask how are you doing today because I love to take it day by day, and we're not trying to, you know, put all of our things out there like that. But how are you today?
I am fine today. Today was fine. I slept a lot. Like I woke up, had nowhere to be, thought, I'm going back to bed. Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah.
We love a good day like that, especially on Fridays where you normally don't get to do stuff like that.
I don't have a real job, so I'm good. Yeah.
Listen, that's true. I'm not gonna lie, that's so true and so real right now.
Like, you know, we work in like hosting nightlife things, so I'm like,
yeah, but you're killing the game. How have you been adjusting to online life? I mean, you are like amazing. Like your memes alone, like I love Ryan Leslie Fisher.
Oh yeah, he bites off all my memes. No,
but I was gonna say that there's a Beyonce and a Kelly, and we love them both. We love them both. All right, that's why they're both on Bootylicious.
Yes, exactly. And Kelly is fabulous.
But, I love that you were like he rips off my memes.
And I love that no one brought up Michelle. But anyway, none of our business.
She's just happy to be there. We don't need to acknowledge it. I'm Michelle, by the way. I'm literally
Michelle. Is. It's fine. We respect Michelle. It's fine. Everyone needs one. No, so, my memes are what I do. Like, I've been paid pretty good money since quarantine started because I meme and post news all the time because, you know, I'm a big news poster as well. So I try to keep people informed as well as entertained because I want you to laugh, but I want you to learn as well because, you know, you can laugh if you know what's really going on in the world. I think it's much easier to laugh when you're grasping at intelligence. There has to be a certain level of intelligence there for you to realize what things are funny. So.
Absolutely. And I have a big thing that I've learned kind of during quarantine where I've realized that like a lot of people that, especially the ones, and I'm not saying it like I'm the most informed person in the world, but I do feel like a lot of people that are misinformed think they're really funny. And a lot of the shit they say, sometimes you're just kind of like, you do know just because you're making fun of something doesn't equate that it's funny though.
that's why a lot of like these white cis male comedians are getting canceled left and right, because no one's ever checked them before. And so they're getting checked for the first time ever, whereas we're people of color, we stay checked. Okay. And we are not perfectly on top of our game and know everything about what we're talking about. We get checked immediately by a crowd of people that's like, you're wrong. Whereas like white straight cis guys are used to not being checked, and they're the most prominent ones in comedy. So
exactly. And that's my biggest thing about it too, is that I'm hoping that this shift in just consciousness will allow us to finally just kind of be over it. Like I saw a comedian the other day and he just started using like black dick and Asian dick jokes, and I was like, are we really still here though? Like, because my thing was, I was like, and I felt so bad saying it, but I was just like, for a straight guy, you know a lot about dick, so I just want to unwrap that.
I was just gonna say, I'm like, was he straight? Okay.
Yeah, and that's the fun part of it, that I'm just like, it felt very 1993, where it was just like, it's not funny anymore, but a lot of people see, and that's the one thing that I love about comedy, and I try to strive for, is that it has to be smart, and there has to be choices that are like a little bit more than just, I wrote it down.
Yeah, no, low-hanging fruit isn't funny, because we're so, like, everyone, I always think of the Gen Z kids, because I'm not a Gen Z, or I'm a millennial, because they're our big audience, because they're the ones who don't have jobs. They're on their TVs and their phones all day, just watching us and the things we do. And I think low-hanging fruit doesn't work anymore, because they're so informed. They have so much information at their fingertips. They know what's wrong. They know what right is. They know what's politically correct. They just know a lot of correct terms for things. And so I've had to even educate myself on that shit, like, because I call myself a tranny all the time. I'm like, honey, I'm a Negro tranny from Virginia. I can say what I want. And then, some kid will check me and be like, you just said the N word. You just said the T word. And I'm like, oh shit, I guess we're not allowed to say that anymore.
I mean, yeah, we didn't have this responsibility of like being heard so much in anywhere before 10 years ago. So it's like, I like it, because I do like the idea of being sensitive to people that you don't understand, because I am kind of over, especially, I love my family, but Cubans are so classist and racist, just innately. And it's just one of the weirdest things, because we are the most, not most, but we are, as a people, very diverse looking. So it's really mind-boggling to be like, I don't like that person because maybe their skin is a little darker or they're poor. And it's like, no, they're Cuban. Like, they are my family. They're my blood.
Yeah, no, it's funny. I actually know exactly what you mean with Cubans, because I lived in Miami for 5 years.
I was going to talk about that, because I'm from Miami, so I love that.
I know. I used to tell people, I was like, oh, I'm Cuban by injection. I have dated a lot of Cubans. No, but that doesn't make me an expert. But what I mean is, living there for 5 years, like, all your neighbors are Cuban, all your coworkers are Cuban, everybody Cuban. And so it's really just Cuba with like little spots of like Brazilian and Puerto Rican and Costa Rican in there. No offense, everybody who I didn't include, but y'all know.
Venezuelans. The Venezuelans are rampant. They are.
Oh, yes, my best friend there is Venezuelan. I'm so sorry I left her out. She's gonna cuss me out if she sees this. Okay. Anyway, she's absolutely gonna fucking cuss me out. She'll be like, it's Venezuelan, and I'll be like, okay, look, I forgot. Okay, I'm black from Virginia. I didn't know. Okay, I forgot. It's been a long time. No, so but I know they're super racist, and because I was welcome because I was lighter skinned, and they thought I was Cuban too. They're like, oh, they speak to you first in Spanish, and then I'm like, oh, I don't speak Spanish, and then they're like, okay, I'm like, what? Like, your parents don't teach you Spanish? I'm like, no, they're black.
Yeah, but and it's funny because Cubans would be like, yeah, so they don't know Spanish?
Yeah, no, I'm like, no, black from like somewhere else. Yeah, not black Cuban.
And it's true though, like there is, especially every time I go back home, there's always a moment where I'm like, I realize that like the Midwest and just art in general kind of just made me think about other people's struggles in a sense where I just kind of am a little bit more empathetic to it than I used to be. And that's one of those things where it's every time I'm home, I'm like, y'all are still here. Like, we're still doing these, like, we still have these thoughts and like understandings that don't make sense.
It literally doesn't make sense, because it's counterproductive, because like, you're Cuban, I'm black, we all have cousins of every color. And so to vote against the rights of someone for color, it's like, What about your dad? What about your cousin? What about your uncle? What about someone you absolutely know personally? You know this is a good person, that skin color doesn't matter in this arena of having rights or the right to walk down the street and not be shot. Why? Why is that such a hard concept to understand? I don't understand. Like,
Well,
help me understand. Yeah, you
I
know?
mean, and the thing is, the only, like, I can only speak for a few people, but it's like I went home for like a month recently, and having conversations, I realized that there are two types of people. And I'm sure I could say this more for Cubans, but like, there's two types of people. There are people who don't understand gay, trans, poverty. There's people like that who maybe not want to learn, but are more interested in having a conversation as long as it is practically like emotion free, where they can just talk about facts, they can talk about things. And it's like I had a conversation with my brother, and I remember he was just like, well, I don't really understand trans. And I was like, you don't have to understand something. I just want you to have respect for it if it's respecting you. And it's like, I'm not trans. I don't understand what it feels like to go through my life like that. But I do know, as a gay person, if I was with someone, I would second guess holding their hand in public or just showing affection. And I was like, if you don't understand that, I hope that you find a little bit more love in yourself to just try to like do that. And then there's the other side, especially the older ones, where they're like, you're young, you don't know what you're talking about. And that's the part where I'm like, I don't know how to have a conversation with that. So I've
You
learned that you can't.
no, you just said it. Like, you can have a conversation with them because you are completely closed off to learning anything new. So you're absolutely done living, by the way. So if you don't want to learn and adapt and evolve with the way society moves now, because guess what? What did I just say at the beginning of this conversation? I've had to learn about language and correcting myself. Like, oh, okay, I can't use the word train anymore. In Miami, I was raised by like girls like Erica Norell, and I was, performing with girls like Daisy Dead Petals, and it was like I was a drag queen first, and then I jumped the fence at 19. Yay. That's how I put that. No, but we use the word training backstage constantly. I'm like, Tranny, get out of my way. Like, girl, Tranny, can I use your makeup? Like, girl, can I? And so it was training. And so it was a term of endearment to me, because if someone said tranny on the street to me in Miami, I probably know them. But they're like, tranny. I'm like, bitch, you see Kyle?
You're like, is that okay?
Yeah, I'm like, girl, I didn't see her. Anyway, no, and it's like, I wasn't scared, but I think you have to respect that not everyone had that luxury, because Miami is a luxury, like, where there's gay people, trans people everywhere. Go down Lincoln Road, you will see 19 trans women who look just like Sofia Vergara, and and there's nothing you can do about it. No, but my thing is, you don't have to understand it. You need to just respect it. Respect people's lives. Like, she can go to the store and go shopping and eat and date who she wants to date. Like, let these people do what they want to do. My people do, like, let everyone just do what they want to do, love who they want to love. And
Especially when it's about love. That's the thing that I guess makes me, it's hard for me to like have conversations with people who don't understand, because I get mad, because I'm like, at the end of the day, the common denominator is love. Like, we're just trying to love. And how can you resist that? Like, how can you fight that? Like,
honey, I just I had another interview like this one, and I called straight people a hate group because we have whole parades the whole year. Like, June is Pride Month, but up until October, I think the last Pride parade is in Palm Springs?
mm-hmm.
November. I think it might be November. But that's the last Pride parade, and it goes from city to city to city, and they are love parades. Our race of people, the LGBTQIA people, we have the whole year is dedicated to love, pretty much. If you just travel from city to city, it's a love parade, a love celebration, love clubs, love outfits, love. It's all based on love. And so to have like straight pride or in opposition to what we're doing, those are hate parades. Like, you're having a hate parade. Why do you guys hate so much if you're so secure in what you're actually doing? I'm so secure in what I'm doing. I'm minding my own damn business in my house. Talking to you.
For real, though. And that's, how did you always love yourself like that? Did you find that later in life, or was that just something that you were always like you grew up knowing that as long as you loved yourself and the people around you were good, you're good?
I got that from my mom, because I didn't know I was weird or different until I left the house. And so when I was home, I had my own girls' clothes. I had a great collection of Barbies. I had, and these don't define people being a woman. I know.
You're right.
No, but like I got to live the life I wanted. Like I was like, I want this, and I want this, and I want this, and I wasn't spoiled per se, but I mean, I just got what a normal kid would get. But it was the toys. Like if we went to McDonald's, I got the girl toy because that's what I wanted, and so no one tried to oppress me. I did ballet. I was a cheerleader, and so I got to have that part. My home life was normal. It was everyone else on the outside that made it not normal. And kids have to learn hate, so they learned it from their parents. I don't blame my classmates. I blame their parents and the media that they were consuming at the time that only pushed a cis hetero agenda where I was not included because I was a nice person. I didn't hurt anybody. I wanted to grow up and be a veterinarian. I loved animals. Yeah, I was like a really sweet kid. Now I'm a whole bitch because of because of the world. The world be trying it, and
The
you gotta
world
respond.
tries it though. They
You gotta
really do.
respond.
I do think that the world looks at people who are genuinely happy and they go, "Why?"
They go, what do you mean, snatch wig? I'm like, this is my real hair. You're not gonna
like,
today, this is my real hair. We're not gonna snatch any wigs today. What we're gonna do is you need to educate yourself, because if you are unhappy with what someone's doing and it doesn't impact you at all, you need to ask yourself why. Those are the big questions. What is wrong with you within? Because when I look at someone and I'm jealous of something, I check myself almost immediately. I'm like, whew. I'm like, that was ugly. That was an ugly color on me. I'm like, why do I want what she has? I'm not willing to do what she did to get it. I don't want to go to school for that long. I don't want to work that hard. I want to sleep in the daytime. So I can't do the things she does to get the things she does. So good for her. I'm glad she has that. I ain't doing that.
It's really hard for people to just look at someone and be like, good for them, and mean it.
Yeah, just be objective. Like, you know what? I have what I have because that's as hard as I'm willing to work. And no, and yes, let's be honest.
But you have a lot. You have a lot. You are amazing, and you're killing it.
Thank you. We're sitting in my closet right now, but
listen, I got a mirror next to me. Hi, look, I'm not even wearing pants.
Same. Look, that's my closet. My whole closet. No, but I'm wearing shorts. But nice legs, bitch. I saw. Anyway, we all knew. We seen your Instagram. Now, so my whole thing is, I don't understand why you can't be happy for people that are just happy for themselves. Like, I'd love to see you thriving. I love to see people doing well. I remember the first time, I don't know if you're going to ask me a question about this. I remember the first time I saw you, I was out with my sugar daddy at the time at a club in Venice. It was right probably on Venice Boulevard.
Townhouse.
That's the one. And it's in a basement thing. Yeah.
Yes.
Where you go down the
stairs.
stairs.
Shout out.
Yes. No. And you were shaking that ass and you had tassels on your butt cheeks. And it was, sorry, I know your niece is here. Anyway.
Oh, no, you're fine. She's learning.
I think she knows. Yeah, I think she knows. Anyways, welcome to 2020, girl. Anyway, these are what your uncles be doing now. No, but you had tassels on your butt cheeks. And I was like, this person is amazing. Like, this person's amazing. I was like, I'm having the best time because we always went out to places, but that was the first time I had like a memorable time. Normally it's like Nobu or, some uppity bullshit where I'm just like, and it was uppity. It was a classy joint, bitch. No, but because it was like dinner theater, but it was fun that I was having. I was like, oh, these are my people. I understand these people. They're doing something I like. And everybody was performing and saucily, scantily clad dressing. I was like, this is fun. And then you were the host. And that was, goddamn, that was probably 5 or 6 years ago.
Easily.
I know, because I don't have sugar daddies no more, honey. I aged out of it.
You got your own money.
I got my own money. No, but
oh my God, that's amazing. I actually didn't know that because I always remember knowing you from the internet, not like super well, but I remember going to Summer Tramp, and that is when you were just so nice, and I was just like waiting for my friends, but I was like, damn, the fact that she like came over and was just like, how you doing? You okay? I was just like, damn, that's like, I love that because it's true. You could just walk by someone, especially in queer events sometimes, and just not say anything. So I was just like, yeah, I'm good. Thanks for checking in. And just knowing that like you felt like the presence that you had online.
Oh, thank you. No, my thing is, I want us all to be like that. Like the whole world is against us. Like, name one safe place for queer people on this planet. Go.
Some parts of the internet, maybe.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I don't know, New Zealand? Is that it? I don't know. No, but like, where is it
Sure.
safe for someone to hold hands, kiss, get married, have a family, and not be oppressed, and come out at their job, come out at anywhere? You know, like, where are we safe anywhere in the world? So we only have each other. We only have Avita. We only have Summer Tramp. We only have our spaces. We need to be kind to each other in those spaces and realize we're all in this together. We have no one else but each other.
Seriously. And I do understand the idea of, for some people, being met with anger their whole lives. It's hard for you to like lead with love, but it's just one of those things that I feel like if you just continue to put yourself in our community, it'll be hard for you to not find that love that speaks to you.
Yeah. No, and the other thing is, stop being such an asshole, because I'm so sick of these people being like, oh, I was bullied, or oh, my parents were mean to me. I'm like, join the club, bitch. This is the whole community.
It's
We
called
all,
the LGBTQ community,
we
for
live
real.
in the same fucking planet. Do you know that? Like, we literally all have the exact same experiences. I was bullied. I wasn't able to dress like a woman. I'm like, me neither.
It's
Me
true.
too. I
And
was
you know
shocked.
what?
Yeah.
I do feel like that kind of is a straight mentality. It's a like, why? Like, why? Like, I dealt this. Y'all, you don't know what I went through. And it's like, someone has. I'm sure someone has gone through what you've gone through.
There's a reason we all have a family that we created outside of our own families. Like, I love my family. Don't get me wrong. Like, some of us have really close family units. No, but I love my chosen family. Like, a lot of them have keys to my motherfucking apartment because, you know, they be locking herself out. Anyway.
I just be sometimes sleeping all day and people are like, he's dead. I'm like, come over to the apartment, figure it out.
Yeah, no, please, by all means, have some food. I'm not going to eat it. Anyway. No, but the tea is, like, these are people you choose and trust and love and share your life with, because we all live far away from our families as well, because we can't live by our families having the life we dream of. That's the tea, because we don't want to work at Office Max. I don't want to work at Home Depot. And there's nothing wrong with those jobs, but I am too gay for that shit. And so
Thanks.
I have to go and be in the lights with the hair and the cameras and the closet rooms with mirrors backing so you can see that you have no pants on. And so these are the lives we wanted to lead. And unfortunately, we can't be next to our families in those unless they live in fucking Hollywood. And so we have to, like, half of all the queers, you know, they're usually transplants. It's like they have to move from the city they came from because we have a different dream, because these places align with our dreams a little better.
Yeah, absolutely. And oh my God. And that, oh, I'm just very glad that you are doing what you're doing. You continue to spread love. You are so thoughtful and kind. And I just love hearing you talk. We are running out of time and I do want to play a game with you really quick. But
okay.
Do you want to tell the people anything before you go? Do you want to shout them out to where they can find out more about you, or tell them I put your Instagram, your Venmo, and Cash App so they can tip you right now? There's not a lot of people watching, but on YouTube.
Perfect. Give me money. I love money. It's a thing. I love paying my motherfucking bills on time. It's my favorite pastime. Anyway, my Spectrum is due on the 20th, just so y'all know. If y'all want to hit that $75 marker.
Yes!
Yes, bitch. No, so, but other than that, I have a YouTube channel. You can look up Arisce Wanzer or Aristocrat on YouTube. I'm there. And you can learn everything you ever need to know about me watching just like the 12 episodes I made. Like, you can watch my makeup tutorial, hair tutorials, all types of shit. While I talk shit about the president, the current president. I was like, I'm like doing my makeup. I'm like, this son of a bitch. Do you know what he put in today? What he did today against my people? You know, just beating my face. So yeah, that can be done. Yeah, so just look that up.
I love meeting anger and disappointment with creation, by the way.
Mm-hmm. That's all we can do.
That's literally all we can do, because that is a hard lesson to learn, but the minute you swallow that pill, oh my God, it makes things so much easier.
It does. And hopefully things change in November. And if they don't, there's going to be a big war. So they'll change eventually.
It will change. Change will happen. I honestly never thought we'd ever see a Black president growing up. So I just have a little bit more hope. And I do think that the internet will allow us to just be a little bit more united than when we didn't have it, hopefully.
Yeah, no, I think, God, I hope so. I'm really relying on Gen Z that's 18 now. Please come save us. Please save us.
Please come save us, y'all. All right, let's play a game. We're going to play Fuck, Marry, and Kill.
Oh. Instead
It's
of kill,
gonna
can
be
we say, instead of kill, can we do ignore?
yes. Yeah, we can
Yeah,
switch
because
up
a
the
lot of
games.
people are dying lately. I don't want to put it out there.
Oh my god, that's so true.
Right?
Well, luckily these are all fictional characters,
Okay.
so we're not killing anybody. Disclaimer. But we're gonna have a lot of fun with this. That's why I asked you the question I asked you earlier. So you just
Mm-hmm.
have to tell me who you're gonna fuck, who you're gonna marry, and who you're gonna ignore. All
Here we go.
right.
I
So
got
here we
you.
go. Here's your first trio. We got Meg, Griffin, Chris, and Brian. I couldn't put
Okay.
Stewie because that's a baby.
Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna fuck Chris because he's got that big old dick. I watched the show. He's got a monster cock, and I want to see it. And then we're gonna kill Meg because they kill Meg all the time. And then, what's the other one? Oh,
You have to
marry
marry.
Brian because he's stable and he seems malleable. Like he would listen to me if he was convinced that I was right. He's kind of a sheep.
That's true, and I think he's yeah. Oh my god, I'm still stuck on Chris's big dick, and I bet you it's uncut. I bet you it's uncut.
They're Catholic. Nope, it's cut.
Damn. Well, I don't want it.
I watch the show religiously.
I love this show. That's why when you said it, I was like, "There's no Stewie." I almost did Peter, Lois, and Quagmire,
Oh, don't fuck Quagmire. You're gonna catch something.
but that's why I was like, "We know what that's gonna be." All right,
Yeah, gross.
let's get a Disney After Dark moment. We got Scuttle, Sebastian, and I'm Flounder.
I just watched The Little Mermaid yesterday again. I watch it like every week, to be fair, though.
I love it. That's me and Beauty and the Beast.
I love it. I love Beauty and the Beast. But what's his face? So this is Fuck, Marry, Kill?
Yeah, I don't even know what to do with this one.
I know they're animals. I'm like, ah.
This is bestiality. Do you want to just skip this one?
We can try it. Okay, so we would marry Sebastian because he does listen, he grows, he's got character development, he does learn things. You fuck Flounder because he's like her fuck buddy anyway, basically. Like he just kikis with her, does dangerous things, and then, he's like scared of her, which I like. And then you kill Scuttle because he's just a lion ass. Like he's a lion ass. He represents every bad boyfriend you've ever had that's just a fucking liar. Like, oh, look, it does this because of this. I'm like, that's not true. That's not true. Just Google it. That's not what that does. So,
He's such a scam artist. All right, this one's my favorite because we're running out of time, but this is the one that I really wanted to do because, of course, we're getting close to the Halloween time. So I need you to let me know who you're going to fuck, marry, and kill from the Sanderson sisters. I am so married.
This is one of my favorite movies. Okay. Oh my god, you literally fit Kathy Najimy. Okay. We're going to...
I can't kill any of them.
I know. Dance until you die. Okay. We're gonna kill... No, okay, so we're gonna kill Winifred.
I agree.
She's too controlling for me. Like,
Yeah.
I need to be in control, and she's in control, and I love Winifred Sanderson, but I would never be with her. And then we would fuck... We'd fuck Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yeah.
Which is Sarah. But I love that that's her name as well. I just think I connected the dots right then. Because she's the fun one, the sexy one. She's up for a good time, and she's fast. And then you're going to marry the other one because she likes to chill, eat snacks, and watch fucking TV. And she gets excited at, like, watching dumb TV, which is very American of her.
And you could totally have a family with her. You know she loves kids.
Oh, I can't stand kids. But I know children.
I mean, she's going to eat them. They're not going to stay around very long.
Oh, there we go. There you go. She can keep me young.
I love you so much for joining us. Thank you so much, Arisce. I love you with all of my heart. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your weekend. Say bye to the people. I can't exit out of you, but you're going to have to do it. But I love you so much. Thank you for joining us. Show some love to Arisce Wanzer, everybody.
Hi, guys. I love you too. Mwah.
Mwah. I love you. Oh, the amazing Arisce Wanzer, y'all. Oh, I have about a minute left. I'm going to turn on these comments. And I am going to tell you that you should make sure to check us out every Friday. We're back here at the Tito Bonito Show. Next week is going to be a Boylesque edition where we have King of Burlesque first, Mr. Exotic World, Tigger, and my Boylesque inspiration, Bazooka Joe, is going to be joining us. So it's going to be an all-male burlesque extravaganza. And then the following week, y'all, you're not even ready for this. You're not even ready for this. The following week, September 25th, we have Jeez Louise back with Lisa Left Eye Lopez's sister, Raindrop Lopez. I'm so thrilled. Raindrop is going to be joining us on the show. If y'all don't know, my shiro is Lisa Left Eye Lopez and the group TLC. So I am so over the moon that this is going to happen. So y'all, please make sure you check us out. I love you all very, very much. Please take care of yourselves. Remember, tolerating racism is racism. And make good choices. I worry about you. If you want more information on how to support me, check my link in my bio, titobonito.com/links. And that'll give you all of the information you can to show me some love. If you like the show tonight, please make sure to tip the performers, the artists that were on our show tonight. We love them so much, and they are so amazing. Thank you all for joining live, and the people who will be watching later. I am the Bay of Pigs of Burlesque, Tito Bonito. That's problematic to say, but like, I'm trying, y'all. I'm learning. My bad. Love you. Bye.